35,000 feet. That's where I was supposed to die. And my wife had already picked out her black dress. Chicago O'Hare International, Gate C19. I'm boarding flight 2847 to Seattle. Leather messenger bag, fresh contract worth $2.3 million, and a ring I'd been hiding for 3 months. Tonight, I'd surprise my wife Olivia with the promotion that would finally shut up her father, Vincent Morrison, the man who'd called me the help at our own wedding. Seat 14C, window, perfect. That's when the flight attendant leaned in close. Her name tag said Kendra. She whispered, "Pretend you're sick. Leave the plane." I blinked. "Excuse me?" She straightened fast, face flushed, and moved on. Weird. Maybe she confused me with someone else. I went back to my phone, already mentally spending that commission check. Then Kendra came back. This time her hands shook. She crouched beside me, gripping the armrest so hard her knuckles turned white. "Please," she breathed, eyes darting toward the cockpit. "I'm begging you. If there's anyone you love, trust me. Get off. Now." Her terror was real, the kind you can't fake. "Is there a bomb?" I whispered. "I can't explain. 30 minutes. Just please." Before I could respond, another attendant called her away. Kendra gave me one last desperate look. Every instinct screamed something was wrong. I stood, grabbed my bag, told the senior attendant I felt nauseous. 5 minutes later, I watched through the terminal glass as Flight 2847 pushed back. I tried calling Olivia. No answer. Texted her. Got bumped. Rebooking now. Love you. Then my phone exploded. 23 texts, 12 missed calls. The first one was from my college roommate, Jackson. "Bro, CNN, now!" I found the nearest screen. Breaking news. FBI arrests Chicago CEO Vincent Morrison on conspiracy charges, plot to down commercial aircraft for $50 million insurance payout. The world tilted. Vincent's face filled the screen. My father-in-law, the man who'd shaken my hand 3 days ago and said, "Safe travels, son." Then the anchor said the words that stopped my heart. And for more on the details, I'm told we just learned that Morrison's daughter, Olivia Morrison Hayes, who was scheduled to be on United Flight 2847, Olivia, my wife. But the next sentence buried me alive. However, sources confirm Olivia Morrison Hayes canceled her ticket yesterday. Her husband, 34-year-old consultant from Seattle, was the only family member scheduled to fly. My legs buckled. She wasn't on the plane. She was never going to be on the plane. I was the target. My phone rang. Unknown number. "Mr. Hayes, Special Agent Diaz, FBI. Stay where you are. Do not contact your wife. Do you understand?" Did Olivia know? The pause that followed felt like a grave opening. "Your wife wasn't on that plane, sir, and 6 weeks ago, she increased your life insurance policy to $8 million. We need you to come with us." Have you ever had someone rip your heart out while you were still breathing? I looked at my phone, at the text I'd just sent her. "Love you." She'd read it 2 minutes ago. She didn't reply. I thought that was the worst betrayal. I thought finding out your wife wants you dead was rock bottom. But 30 seconds later, Agent DA showed me a photo on his phone, and suddenly I realized Olivia wasn't the only one who'd been lying to me. The woman who saved my life, I knew her face. And when I remembered where I'd seen it before, everything I thought I knew shattered into something so much darker. What I found out next changed everything. Subscribe, you'll want to see how deep this goes. The woman who saved my life was standing 10 feet away, and she was crying. Agent Diaz slides a photo across the table. Kendra, the flight attendant, but underneath, Kendra Mitchell, age 31, former roommate of Olivia Morrison, 2015 to 2017. My mouth goes dry. "You know her," Diaz says. Not a question. "She's in our wedding photos," I whisper. "Olivia said they had a falling out, some fight, never told me why." Diaz leans back. 2 weeks ago, Ms. Mitchell worked a first-class flight from Miami to Chicago. Passenger in 2A was on a call. Loud, drunk, arrogant. She overheard him bragging about his foolproof plan. When she saw your name on today's manifest, she put it together. But why didn't she just report it? Diaz cuts in. She tried, but with no evidence and 45 minutes until takeoff, she made a choice. Save you first, questions later. Think you know who to trust? I didn't. Agent Diaz opens a laptop, shows me security footage. Vincent Morrison at a bar in River North, last Thursday, meeting with a man in a black jacket. That's Anton Greaves, freelance mechanic, specializes in accidents. My stomach turns. We intercepted him this morning before he could access the plane. He's talking. Says Vincent paid him $200,000 cash to sabotage the hydraulics, make it look like mechanical failure over Iowa. Iowa. 30,000 feet. No survivors. And Olivia? My voice barely works. Diaz pulls up another file. Bank records, insurance documents. Your wife increased your policy from $500,000 to $8 million on September 14th. She used an online broker. Never told you. That's not illegal. Maybe she was just being cautious? Diaz raises an eyebrow. She also opened a numbered account in Grand Cayman 3 months ago. We're still tracing deposits, but preliminary analysis shows cash transfers from Vincent's offshore entities. The room spins. Your wife booked your ticket herself, correct? I nod. Specific flight, specific time. She told you it was a gift, a surprise for closing the deal. I remember her smile when she handed me the printed boarding pass, how she'd kissed my forehead, how she said, "I'm so proud of you." Was it all a lie? Every moment? Every kiss? Agent Diaz's phone buzzes. He reads the screen. His jaw tightens. Olivia's been arrested. Vincent's lake house in Wisconsin. Relief floods me. Then, there's something else, Diaz says slowly. When agents searched the property, they found a storage unit key. Inside the unit, a laptop, 3 burner phones, and a handwritten ledger. He shows me a photo of the ledger. Names, dates, dollar amounts. 3 names are crossed out in red ink. Next to each, paid. Vincent has done this before, Diaz says quietly. We're looking at 3 other deaths between 2008 and 2019. Business partners, all ruled accidental. All had massive life insurance policies. My blood goes cold. And Olivia? Diaz hesitates. Her handwriting is in that ledger too. She wasn't just a victim. She was his accomplice. The woman I married, the woman I trusted, the woman who held my hand through my father's funeral. She'd been learning how to kill people for profit. I thought I'd seen the worst of it, but Agent Diaz wasn't done. He pulled up one more name from that ledger, a name that made my vision blur and my hands shake. Because this person, they weren't dead yet. The date next to their name was 2 weeks from now. And when I saw who it was, I realized Olivia and Vincent weren't just trying to kill me. They were building a graveyard, and I'd just been first on the list. You're not ready for what comes next. Subscribe so you don't miss it. My mother's name was in that ledger, and her accident was scheduled for November 22nd. I'm sitting across from the most expensive lawyer in Chicago. Her name is Simone Carver, 52, sharp as broken glass, and she doesn't lose. You want revenge, she says, not a question. I want justice. She smiles, thin, cold. Justice is what they sell you in movies. Revenge, that's what I deliver. Here's what most people don't understand about revenge. It's not about anger. It's about precision. Simone lays out the battle plan. Freeze every account Vincent and Olivia can access. File a $50 million civil lawsuit for attempted murder and fraud. Trigger IRS audits on Vincent's businesses. Controlled media leaks to destroy Olivia's victim narrative. Strategic testimony to bury Vincent's reputation. Make them pariahs before they ever see a courtroom. Prove Olivia's intent to profit from my death. Invalidate all policies tied to Vincent's previous accidents. Force Vincent's insurers to sue him for fraud. It'll take 6 months, Simone says, but when we're done, they'll have nothing. No money, no freedom, no future. I should feel satisfied. Instead, I feel hollow. Then my phone buzzes. Unknown number. Text message. Stop digging or your mother is next. We know where she lives. A friend. My blood turns to ice. I forward it to Agent Diaz immediately. His response comes in seconds. We're tracing the number, but Hayes, whoever sent that text, they're not bluffing. Vincent has resources, people. We think there's someone on the outside coordinating. Who? We don't know yet, but they're watching you. That night, I can't sleep. I pull up everything I have on Olivia. Photos, videos, messages. Then I find it. A video from 2 years ago. Our anniversary party. Olivia, drunk, laughing with her best friend, Paige. Olivia's voice, slurred, but clear. Honestly, Vincent's right. He's a placeholder. Sweet, boring. But that insurance policy, that's my ticket out. Paige giggles. Girl, you terrible. Olivia grins. I'm practical. I watch it 3 times. The woman I loved never existed. Then I get an idea. A dark, cold, perfect idea. What if I didn't just destroy them legally? What if I made them destroy each other? I call Simone. It's 2 a.m. She answers. I need to change the plan, I say. I'm listening. Vincent thinks Olivia's loyal. Olivia thinks Vincent will protect her. What if we break that? She pauses. Then, you want to turn them against each other. Exactly. Her laugh is sharp, approving. Now you're thinking like someone who wins. Turning them against each other required one thing, proof that Vincent was planning to betray Olivia too. And I knew exactly where to find it. Because Kendra, the flight attendant who saved my life, had just sent me an email with a subject line that made my pulse race. He's done this before, and Olivia doesn't know she's next. Inside was a file, a name, and a death certificate from 1999. When I opened it and saw who died, I realized Vincent Morrison wasn't just a killer. He was a serial killer. And Olivia? She had no idea her father had murdered her real mother. The next part will break your brain. Subscribe. Trust me on this. Olivia's mother didn't drown. She was drowned. Kendra's email contains 3 attachments. Death certificate, Catherine Morrison, drowned. Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, July 4th, 1999. Police report, ruled accidental. Witnesses said she'd been drinking, boat capsized. Insurance payout, $3.2 million to Vincent Morrison. But there's a 4th attachment, a recording. I click play. Vincent's voice, younger, clearer, recorded on a hidden device 24 years ago. She was going to leave me, take Olivia, ruin everything I built. So I fixed it, made it look like an accident. No one questions a drunk woman on a boat. Another voice, male, older. And the girl? Olivia? She was 6. She doesn't remember. I told her mommy was careless, that she loved wine more than her family. Kid believes whatever you tell her. I feel sick. Olivia thinks her mother was a drunk who abandoned her, but Vincent murdered her. This is the bomb, the nuclear option. If Olivia finds out, then my phone rings. Hayes, it's Agent Diaz. We have a problem. What now? Your business partner, Jackson Torres, he just posted $500,000 bail for Olivia. My stomach drops. What? Apparently, they've been having an affair for 8 months. He's claiming you were abusive, that Olivia feared for her life. He's testifying for her defense. Jackson, my best friend since college, the guy who was best man at my wedding. Betrayal tastes like copper and ash. There's more, Diaz continues. Vincent's legal team just filed a motion claiming you orchestrated the whole thing, that you manipulated evidence, that Kendra Mitchell is your accomplice, that you two planned this to frame Olivia and steal Vincent's money. That's insane. Maybe, but Jackson's testimony gives them leverage. And Hayes, the media's eating it up. Half the country thinks you're the villain now. I hang up, pull up Twitter. Hashtag Vincent Morrison is trending. The top tweet, what if David Hayes is the real monster? Think about it. Thread. 15,000 retweets. They're winning. They're actually winning. I call Simone. We need to move faster. Agreed. But Hayes, if we release that recording of Vincent now, Olivia's defense will claim it's fabricated. We need corroboration. What kind? Another witness. Someone who was there in 1999. I think. Hard. Then I remember Vincent's brother, Uncle Raymond, the one who stopped coming to family events 10 years ago, the one Olivia said betrayed the family. What if he knew? I track him down in 72 hours. Raymond Morrison, age 61, living in a trailer park outside Reno, Nevada. I fly out, knock on his door. He opens it, sees my face, and goes pale. You're Olivia's husband. Was. He lets me in. The trailer smells like cigarettes and regret. You know why I'm here, I say. Raymond sits, lights a smoke, nods. Catherine didn't drown by accident, he says quietly. Vincent called me that night, panicking, said he'd fixed a problem, asked me to back up his story, that she'd been drinking, that it was an accident. I did. I lied to the police, and I've been living with it ever since. Will you testify? He looks at me, tired, broken. If it puts Vincent away, yeah, I'll testify. I thought I finally had them. The recording, the witness, the truth. But when I landed back in Chicago, there were 3 cop cars outside my apartment. Agent Diaz was waiting in the hallway, and his face told me everything. Hayes, he said, we need to talk. Your mother's been kidnapped, and the ransom note, it's not asking for money. He handed me a printout. 8 words that stopped my heart cold. Drop the case, or she dies screaming. Olivia. Subscribe now. You'll regret missing how this ends. Comment guilty if you think Olivia deserves worse. My mother had 60 hours to live, and I had one choice. Let her die, or let my wife win. Agent Diaz hands me the ransom note. It's printed on plain paper. No fingerprints, no DNA. Drop the case. Recant your testimony. Tell the world you lied. Do this, and your mother goes free. Refuse, and we send her back piece by piece. You have 60 hours. Oh. Olivia. Even from jail, she's orchestrating this. How? I demand. She's in federal custody. Jackson posted bail 3 days ago, Diaz says grimly. She's been out. Angle monitor, supervised release, but clearly someone's helping her bypass the system. My vision blurs. They took my mother, the one person who never betrayed me. Simone Carver arrives within the hour. We have options, she says, but her voice is tight, uncertain. What options? I snap. They have my mother. The FBI can. The FBI hasn't found her in 3 days? Silence. Then my phone buzzes. A video file. Unknown sender. I open it. My mother, tied to a chair, blindfolded, crying. A distorted voice. 60 hours, David. Choose wisely. You think you know what you do? You don't. Not until it's real. I'm about to smash the phone when I notice something. The background, a window, a reflection. I pause the video, zoom in. There, barely visible in the glass, a sign, blurry but readable. Green Lake Storage, Unit 47. Green Lake? 20 minutes from here. I show Diaz. That's where she is. He's already calling SWAT. 40 minutes later, we're outside Unit 47. Bolt cutters, flashlights, guns drawn. They breach the door. Inside, empty. No chair, no mother, nothing. Just a laptop. Screen glowing. A message typed across it. Did you really think I'd make it that easy? She's somewhere else, and you just wasted 12 hours. Oh. Rage floods me. Pure, white-hot rage. But then Diaz picks up the laptop. Hayes, look. The browser history. Olivia didn't clear it. Searches. How to bypass ankle monitor GPS. Undetectable poisons shipping USA. How to fake death certificate. Vincent Morrison Mistress, 2006. That last one stopped me cold. I click it. An article from 2006. Local news, Chicago suburbs. Woman found dead in hotel room. Overdose suspected. The woman's name? Diane Schaefer, Vincent's former assistant. Cause of death? Prescription pill overdose. Ruled accidental. But in the article's photo, standing in the background at Diane's memorial, a young Olivia, age 13, watching, emotionless. She was there. She watched her father kill before, and she learned. Then, another search result loads. Catherine Morrison autopsy photos, 1999. Olivia had been researching her own mother's death. She knew, or she was starting to figure it out. Diaz's phone rings. He listens. His face changes. They found your mother. She's alive. Abandoned warehouse in Gary, Indiana. Dehydrated but unharmed. Relief crashes through me. And Olivia? Gone. Cutter monitor, fled. But I know where she's going. Lake Geneva, I say, where her mother died. I find her on the dock. Same dock where Catherine Morrison drowned 24 years ago. Olivia standing at the edge, staring at the water. I know what he did, she says, without turning around. I know Vincent killed her. Then why? I demand. Why try to kill me? She finally turns. Her eyes are empty. Because you reminded me of her. Weak, trusting, a liability. I loved you. I know. That's why it would have worked. Police sirens wail in the distance. Olivia looks back at the water. You think you won. I did win. No. You just became me. And then she jumps. Vincent Morrison, life without parole. 7 counts of conspiracy to commit murder. Olivia Morrison Hayes, survived the jump, sentenced to 35 years, psychiatric facility. Jackson Torres, 8 years for conspiracy and obstruction. Raymond Morrison, immunity deal, testified against Vincent. The $50 million judgment? I donated it all. Built the Catherine Morrison Foundation, helping families of wrongful death victims. But here's the final twist. A letter arrives at my new apartment in Seattle, postmarked from the psychiatric facility. Olivia's handwriting. Congratulations, David. You destroyed us. You won. But before you celebrate, ask yourself, why did Kendra really save you? Check her bank records from September 15th. See who paid her $100,000 2 days before the flight. Then ask yourself who the real puppet master was. Enjoy your victory. It cost you more than you know. Oh. My hands shake. I pull up Kendra's financials. September 15th. Deposit, $100,000. Source, Hayes Consulting LLC. My company. But I didn't authorize that.
I dig deeper. The transfer was made by Jackson Torres, my business partner. Jackson paid Kendra to save me? But why? Then I see it. Another document, hidden in the files. A life insurance policy on Olivia. Beneficiary, Jackson Torres. Signed 3 months before the flight. Jackson wasn't having an affair with Olivia to help her. He was setting her up. He wanted her dead, wanted Vincent to go down, wanted me to be the hero so no one would suspect him. And I played right into it. Sometimes, revenge isn't about winning. It's about realizing you were never the hunter. You were always the prey. And the person who saved your life? They were just making sure you'd live long enough to take the fall. If this messed with your head, drop a comment and subscribe because the truth is always darker than you think. Who's the real villain here? Comment your answer. I'll reply to the wildest theories.